everybody, and welcome to another fixed setup guide for the Reckless Racing League. Today we're at Wild West and we're going to take a look at setup version 1.2. We're still using the same track conditions because they seem to favor good close racing, so I'll let you know if that changes, but for the time being we're going to stick with 72 degrees and 75% humidity with a 2-mile-an-hour wind speed. Here's a look at the setup. You can copy it from here or join the Discord page to download it directly into your iRacing folder. And some of you might be wondering why we're running 21 pounds of air in the front tires, and that has to do with the entry to turn 4. I've found much more consistent results with 21 pounds versus 20.5 or 20. So here we go. Let's take a look. If you're new to iRacing and especially Pro 4, you're not sure how to exit the pits, you need to look at the track right now, see if there's any cars coming. And once you take the corner, you can double check by looking out your window and run the outside line up so you don't run into anybody coming out of the pits, because you never know, somebody might be coming around for a world record lap and you take them out. Okay, turn 4 right there, bad bounce. You can't really use the out lap as a good example because you carry a lot more speed in turn 4. But here we go, we're going to get a good run down the straight here. Scrub this jump, tap the brakes, come in, downshift, leave it in third, drop it second, accelerate out but not too hard. Fourth, up to fifth, let off, let the front drop, bounce it up over the hump. Lug second gear, up to third, fourth, then lift, let the front end set, drop to third, feather the throttle, shift into fourth fairly early, shift into fifth on the back side of that bump. Right here's the tricky part. Let off, tap the brakes, bring the front back down, downshift to third, half throttle until you get through the apex, run it all the way out to the fence. That wasn't that great of a lap, but you have a pretty good idea of where you shift. Let's slow things down a little bit so you can get a better idea. So all laps start right here. How you take this corner determines how the lap goes. Pay close attention at the bottom right of the screen where you see the green bar, and there's also a red one for the pedal inputs. Also what gear you should be in. Pedal input, especially the throttle, is probably one of the most important things for Pro 4 racing. Try to land with the tires spinning. Not too much, but just enough. Throttle input right here is very important. If you don't give throttle input on the entry to the corner, the car will not turn, but too much will make you push wide. So be sure and watch that green throttle input on this corner as well. We're going to drop down to second gear, let it slide in, wait, gently feather the throttle, and progressively accelerate out. If you just floor it, you'll spin the tires. This one too, lift, let the front of the car settle, ease into it. Too much throttle will spin the tires. And as soon as the car has good momentum and you can hear the RPM singing just right, go full throttle. Try to downshift right at that spot. And right here, lift, bounce, brake, back on the throttle. You have to have throttle input right there, not too much. You don't have to run this all the way out to the fence, but I like to. You can take a more diagonal approach toward the first tabletop. Scrub this with the brakes. See the red bar flattens the truck out. Get the tires spinning before you hit the ground. Downshift to third. Wait to go to second. Ease out of it. And there you go. Here's a look at it from a different angle. Keep track of the throttle inputs and the steering input down there. Too much of both or not enough will definitely cost you time. Now that you have somewhat of an idea on how this setup is to be used, keep in mind that setup is a lot of personal preference and driving style, track conditions, things like that. So if you want to use this outside of the Reckless Racing League, feel free to put your own spin on it, tune, change, adjust, whatever you want. The goal of it is to get people up to speed and interested in racing Pro 4. If you're having trouble finding some good Pro 4 races due to lack of participants, feel free to sign up for the Reckless Racing League at the iRacing Leagues directory. We have races twice a week, and so far we've been getting pretty good turnouts, especially in our Wednesday night race. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we'll see you on the track.